Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be investigating the role Wendy plays in upholding white supremacy in the Real Housewives of Potomac. According to R.G. Lord, the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. They may allow us temporarily to beat him at his own game, but they will never enable us to bring about genuine change. In this video, we're going to examine the historical significance of Wendy's claim that her ancestors and all of the black people should be proud of her 4 degrees, child. Furthermore, her alluding to the myth of the American dream is inherently flawed and misleading. Of course, Wendy has a nice story with a nice background about her immigrant family, but her story is the exception and not the rule for black people in America. Before I get started, just know that yes, I am educated. I have 2 degrees, working on my third, and I obviously know the importance of having degrees for better access to wealth, health, and a plethora of different things. However, I despise Wendy's constant use of her degrees as a measuring stick for her superiority in a catty debate or argument with her fellow castmates. Bragging about your degrees is not cute, nor is it becoming of an actual intellectual. And more importantly, it is a tool and weapon of white supremacy. Listen to Wendy brag about her degrees in the following clip.
Accolades, academic achievements, unbelievable. And she should be proud of them. But when she says she doesn't brag on them, I say roll the tape back.
You know, I am not one to brag about my degrees. I got 4 degrees. And I have 4 degrees.
I don't need your resume. Oh, Lord.
I have 4 degrees. I'm not stupid. I have 4 degrees. People like you call me Dr. Wendy. Address me correctly, sweetie.
Watch yourself, okay? Maybe you didn't mean to come off that way.
As you heard, Wendy had no issue with constantly bragging and bringing up her degrees as if she is morally superior due to her access to higher education. This notion is actually rooted in social denial, a history of political dilemma, a string of litigation, which includes landmark cases such as Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus Education. Yes, I'm going back because I have time today, okay? In the 1896 decision with Plessy versus Ferguson, it actually legitimized racial segregation in every aspect of black life. However, it gave opportunities for colleges to provide higher education to black people, known as HBCUs, and still some exist today. With Brown versus Education, it reversed that decision of equal, separate but equal, and this actually prompted white universities and colleges to adopt and display performative anti-racism work, such as proclaiming themselves equal opportunity employers and trying to give educational opportunities to disadvantaged groups. However, we're in America, and we know that in reality, the practical aspects of racism and segregation have been sustained over the years because of the vague interpretation of what it means to be equal opportunity. So, by definition, racism remained intact as privileged white Americans remained in group, which established the superiority over the disadvantaged outgroup who were not able to gain access to education, specifically higher education. And we all know that higher education leads to higher paying jobs, better health care, better standards of living, etc., etc., etc. So when Wendy goes around and proclaims herself the HBIC because she has 4 degrees, what she's actually doing is upholding white supremacy because historically higher education were opportunities were not given to black people. They were purposely excluded from these stuff. So instead of trying to, let's say, build her castmates up, what she's doing is tearing them down. the intrinsic quality of racism is to perpetuate subordinate status, and that's exactly what Wendy's doing. She may not know this, and I know she's probably not doing it on purpose, but what she's doing is being the arm of white supremacy when she's going around yelling about her 4 degrees. So by restricting Black student matriculation, refusing to hire Black faculty and professional staff, what higher education system is just another racist tool to subjugate Black people with. And Wendy's false sense of superiority really grinded my gears, made me uncomfortable, made me upset enough to make this video because I'm tired of elitism in the Black community, especially in the immigrant Black community. I have a family of immigrants as well, so it's not like I have issues with immigrants. We just need to stop this narrative, the I'm better than Black Americans thing. And I know Wendy didn't specifically say that, but that's how it's coming off. And we need to stop the respectability politics in the Black community. This false sense of, oh, if you wear this, you won't be called this. If you talk like this, you won't be, shamed or discriminated against. If you have these degrees, you'll magically won't suffer from racism or discrimination. Like, no, you're wrong, honey. You're absolutely wrong. And no matter what we do, no matter how we talk, no matter how vulnerable we get, how angry we get, we will always be lambasted as angry Black women. And I'm not going to use that to further subjugate myself to an inferiority status, and that's what they want me to do, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to micromanage my emotions to make you feel better, because guess what? I can look at any one of these franchises, Real Housewives of New Jersey especially, and see brawls, all bits of fighting, cussing, and all this stuff. And for Wendy to kind of make Monique feel bad because of her vulnerable moment. Obviously, I'm not condoning her fight with Candace, but to lambaste her and ridicule her and say that she is playing into stereotypes. Actually, you're playing into that stereotype because you should not have to think of stereotypes to live your life. And I'm not going to raise my blood pressure to make white racists feel comfortable. They're always going to feel that way about me, and honestly, I shouldn't frankly care. So this is my 2 cents. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below.